We have a very special guest on the line.
Ooh.
Who we haven't spoken to in many, many years. Are we set to go? Are we live?
Eddie should be online with us right now.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome
How
to.
are you guys?
We're well, thank you. How are you doing?
Well, probably better than you after driving through the desert for, 148 hours?
Only 123.
Yeah, we're fine. 148 is what we're going to right now. We're at 100.
Okay.
123.
What's
so
that?
We're fine.
What's that,
Yeah.
free trip?
What's that?
How many points you have so far?
So, okay, we had 9. And
Okay.
I was really pushing. So year 3, the year we did this in 2010, we got 14 points, and that was the highest we've ever done. And that's the highest we'd still done up until the start of this year. And I was really pushing for us to hit that 15 this year. And unfortunately, after 9 points and however many days of driving that was, we had our first crash. So we've been reset since then, and there's been more crashes as well. I believe right now we're back up to 3, which is pretty good.
But you know, the crashes make more money.
It's true.
It's true. We've actually noticed an inverse proportion to how much money we make and actually how well we do at the game.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
exactly right.
So for anybody who doesn't know, who are you?
Oh, hi, how are you? My name is Eddie Gorodetsky, and along with Penn and Teller, I created Desert Bus, and I can't believe it's still alive to this day. Hello, you still there?
And screaming.
We're still
we're
here.
still here.
Like,
And what's amazing is I do a lot. I'm like really old, because we made this so many years ago, back when you could get video games as part of a magazine giveaway. So that gives you an idea. And but now, like, people remember me because I do a bunch of stuff like TV shows and whatnot. But when anyone under the age of 30 recognizes my name, it's from Desert Bus. I'm really proud of that.
Well, it's. We were talking to Penn, and he was saying that on your Wikipedia page, Desert Bus is the first credit you have right now.
Yeah. I have this new TV show I'm doing for CBS called Mom, and that's not a plug. This is part of the story. And they introduce, the people who created it, the audience, every week. And it's one of my credits that I make sure they say every week. I always say, like, worked for 10 years on 2.5 Men, worked for Penn and Teller, worked on Saturday Night Live, and co-creator of Desert Bus. I make sure that it doesn't get lost in the sauce.
And it is not Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors that
Yes.
that is really the selling point. Like, did you work on the entire game?
No, it's funny. I was thinking about it. Actually, I just donated some money. I just donated $500, and I wanted to say that money was
Stolen.
in honor of Penn, in memory of Lou Reed, because I know that was a big one for him, and I just wanted to take a moment to mention that, for both Penn and for Lou's memory. But I was thinking about it because the reason I thought of that is we created Desert Bus in the office that Penn and Teller had right off of Times Square when they were still doing the Broadway show, I think. I don't have the chronology in my head because, as I said, I'm very old. But I remember around the same time we were doing it, Lou Reed was coming around the office and watching Penn teach Lou how to do a cigarette vanish, and watching Lou be ultimately mystified and fascinated by it was one of the great memories I have of when we created the game.
nice.
That's
Well,
great.
we haven't spoken to you. I think you called in during the first year of Desert Bus.
Yeah, and I think I offered money specifically if you would drive the bus into a sand dune.
Yeah, you paid me $500, and you and Penn and Teller all called in right after each other. Like, I think it was like 20 minutes after we started. Like, this thing was barely. This whole thing didn't even exist yet, basically, and you guys called in, and
The second we heard about it, we were on the phone like teenagers talking about it. So we all had it, immediately.
I remember, because you actually ended up you phoned you just because my phone number was the one that was available, and so I had run over and just hold my phone on speakerphone by the microphone because we hadn't figured out how to do the whole phone conversation thing at that point.
Look how far we've come, and now you're in a room full of jackets.
It's true. I was going to mention to you, though, since we last spoke to you, we have found some bugs in Desert Bus.
Yeah, we have some bug
Really?
reports that we'd like to file.
Yeah.
That maybe in the
Okay.
in the next version you could get fixed.
I'll
Daytime,
call our
nighttime, is that
admin
what
and
we're
have him take care of it, you know.
First of all, we were telling Penn about this too, and we thought you might be also delighted to know that the day-night cycle never returns to day.
Sure. Sure, okay.
Yeah, it goes day, dusk, night, dawn, dusk, night, dawn, dusk. We never hit full day blue sky ever again.
Until we crash.
Does he know? Did he know?
You know, can I just say, we never imagined anyone would play it that long.
See, yeah, we figured that nobody had actually play tested it, so.
Yeah.
So that's one, and then two, we are not sure if there are in fact no bus stops at night, or if we just can't see the bus stops because the game doesn't show them.
This is really important.
We need
Well,
to know.
don't you think life should contain a little mystery? I got one for you. Now the charity. Let's talk about your charity for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Your charity is mostly, you know, it's to help kids, you know, in hospitals get video games, right?
Yeah.
Who pays for video games?
Who pays?
Oh, you mean? I think he means that people pirate video games.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Oh, but there's still
Well-
hard costs, like.
Well, these are more the actual video game systems and things.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's great.
Yeah,
And
and
how much total have you raised since the beginning?
We are actually, somebody just said we're about $700 away from 1.6 million.
yeah.
Lifetime.
Really?
Yeah,
Lifetime.
this
Lifetime.
That's
This
for
is-
7 years.
This is 7 years. This year we're currently at $330,000, but we are.
No, that's still remarkable. And I got to tell you, though, like, this was like as dopey as an idea as we ever had. And the fact that you can turn something dopey into something, you know, that helps kids, that helps people, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's, you know, something that we just did, you know, 7 years ago because we thought it would be kind of funny. And the outpouring of support from the community and from everybody was just so incredibly overwhelming that we were like, well, I guess we have to just kind of keep doing this.
Yep.
And it's just gotten bigger every
I got
year.
one last question. The question I come up with all the time. How do you explain the game quickly to someone? You know, 'cause I mean, like, if people ask me about it when they hear about it, and I know you guys, the rest of the year when you're not doing this, you talk about it and they say, someone inevitably goes, what's Desert Bus? And you have to have a quick explanation. And then, for the life of me, I don't have one.
It usually starts with the worst game ever made.
Yeah, you start off saying, well,
Yeah.
it's the most boring video game ever, and then, I mean, it's actually not too bad to just do a really quick rundown. You're like, so you're driving a bus from Tucson to Las Vegas.
8 hours real
It's
time.
an 8-hour trip, real time. You have to press down on one button to keep the bus going, and you have to correct to the left because the bus lists to one side.
And there are no
And
cars,
there's no scenery.
no
There's
scenery.
nothing happening. That is all you do, but you cannot stop doing it or you will crash the bus and the game is over.
We
My favorite part. My favorite part about
supposed to simulate work. That's why.
Yeah.
my favorite part of explaining this game to people is people continuously will ask you, oh, well, you get to pick people up and drop them off in other cars, and you're like, no,
No,
there
no.
is nothing
No way.
else.
No.
Yeah.
It's like,
No one's inside.
is there, do you get to see Las Vegas or no? No, there's
No.
nothing else. There's
Usually-
just the road.
Usually I'll kind of try and drive it home by being like, here's the game, it's this, that's it, you know, 2 sentences, you're done, that's the game. And they're like, but do you get to blah, blah, blah? I'm like, no. Oh, but one really exciting thing happens. And they're like, yeah, what?
Bug splat.
There's a bug splat on the windshield.
1 hour.
That's the biggest part of the game. And I feel that usually
Yeah.
kind of drives home just how terrible it is.
Whose contribution was the bug splat, actually? That would be interesting to know.
Yeah.
I think that was just, you know, I don't even remember. I just remember we were just, you know, I think that might have been Penn and I might have been the idea of having the air freshener dangle.
We were, yes, that's always around here, that's always a very exciting time when the bug splat happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I thought you were going to mention when you said you found a couple of bugs. You know, I thought you maybe found more than we knew about. a way to make them constantly hit the windshield or something.
This year we've actually started tracking more, with a lot more intent the number of points, bug splats, and bus stops that our individual drivers are hitting.
We're getting good at bus stops.
We're getting better at bus stops. There's always been a danger that if we tried to stop at a bus stop, we would accidentally overheat the bus and lose our point total. But we've been a little bit more daredevil-y this year.
And who's the best driver among you?
No.
Clearly not the one who just raised her hand.
I don't know, and yet she's the first person to hit the bus stop.
James.
Yeah, it depends.
During
Depends
the
what
run,
you
I
mean by
believe.
that.
Yeah, no, James here has probably driven the most.
Yes,
Of any human alive.
Of any person in the entire world.
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a
Because I mean, one of the interesting side effects of this whole Desert Bus Marathon is we now actually have various world records for this game.
Yeah.
We have most points ever gotten in the game, most time played ever
Most
at the
money.
game, you know, which is a dubious honor at best.
Well, it's just fantastic. Well, and so what year is this you're doing it?
Seventh year.
Well, you got to do it at least 3 more. I know that, right?
We're gonna try.
That's
Yeah,
the goal.
we're gonna try.
Well, it's great, and again, thank you, and I look forward to calling you next year and saying more stupid things.
Awesome.
Yay.
That sounds great.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Eddie.
you.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yay.